Joseph Moore, 2818, Workforce 106. Good afternoon, guys. We're going to go over some PPE for operating a chainsaw. After we get through this PPE, we're going to go through the maintenance and operation of the chainsaw, and then get over into our laydown yard and cut some timber. I want to go through some PPE first. Everybody here should have their steel-toed shoes and their eye protection for shop days. Steel-toed boots are very important when operating a chainsaw. The saw should come down and come in contact with your boots. I actually have a good story. My roommate in college worked in the lumber industry in Williamsport, and he was cutting down a tree and it kicked back, and he put his hand in the saw out in front of him, and it drove the saw back into his foot, and the steel-toed boot saved his toes. But he was very angry because of the damage to his brand new pair of boots. Another thing too, our eyewear is Z87. Very important we wear this in conjunction with face shields. When we are operating our saw, there's going to be a lot of dust, there's going to be wood chips, there could be stuff falling, kicking back, just to protect our eyes. You might think the number one cause of injury when using a chainsaw would come from cuts, but it's actually from falling objects and getting hit in the head. We need to have a hard hat on when we're operating our chainsaw. We should do a simple test before we wear a hard hat. We want to push it together and see if it comes back or not. This one stayed a little deformed. This is actually an older hard hat that I brought in for demonstrations. You want to check your hard hat liner. Again, you can see this one is crunchy, it's cracked. There's actually a born-on date inside the hard hat to let you know the date of manufacture. This one was made in 2010 in December. It's a label inside here. I'm actually going to hand out a handout that shows you how to check your date. There's actually no expiration date according to ANSI and OSHA on hard hats. This hard hat happens to be manufactured by Fiber Metal. I actually went on the manufacturer's website and it gave instructions on maintaining their equipment. The hard hat suspension should be replaced yearly. The hard hat itself, it's recommended that every 5 years it be replaced. At the conclusion of this demonstration, we're going to hand this handout also to deal with it. Okay? When you're operating a chainsaw in conjunction with the hard hat, you should have a face shield on, along with protective glasses. The face shields are also ANSI Z87 rated. Okay? And that way when you're bent over, it negates the possibility of something coming up and underneath and getting in your eyes using both pieces of PPE in conjunction. We're going to get into proper way to put on ear protection. These manufacturer of this hearing protection is 3M. I went on the website and there is actually information on how to properly place the hearing protection in your ear so it's optimally used. You want to roll the earplug in your hand, reach over with your opposite hand, pull your ear up and open, and place in the hearing protection. And this is the optimal way to do it, using the PPE in conjunction. Okay, I'm going to take this stuff off so make it easier for me to speak. This ear protection has a noise reduction rating of 33 decibels. That is actually not the amount that the hearing protection decreases your exposure to noise. To figure the actual exposure out, you subtract 7 from that 33, so that takes it to 26, and then you divide it by 2. So if you were using this in the field, you would actually get approximately a 13 decibel decrease in noise. When you're operating a chainsaw, it operates in a range of approximately 115 to 120 decibels. So it's very important that we use hearing protection. Any exposure to noise levels of 85 decibel or more during the course of a day can result in long-term noise damage, hearing damage. Right? we're operating a chainsaw, it's very important that we have long clothes on, long sleeve shirts, long sleeve pants. It's going to prevent anything coming back and cutting you. Being pile drivers, we don't have to worry about tree branches and stuff. We're not walking through the woods. But again, it's going to protect your skin. Another hazard as pile drivers that we're going to run into when cutting timber is if it's creosoted timber, that dust getting into your pores and causing burns. So it's very important that you cover as much of your extremities as possible. Very important to wear leather work gloves. Okay. You want something that's going to come up over your cuff, protect your hands, and also protect creosote from getting on exposed parts of your skin. Okay. The final parts of PPE we're going to get into is actually chaps for protecting your legs. The most common cut hazard associated with using a chainsaw is actually to your left leg, because chainsaws are designed to be your left hand held on the guard with your right hand operating the trigger and your left leg forward. There's two types of chainsaw PPE for your legs, chaps. There's a wraparound type and an apron type. This is a wraparound type. When you put this on, it's designed to wrap around your legs to provide as much protection as possible. We're going to get into showing you how to properly put it on. I adjusted the waist all the way out to make it easier to put on and to show you how to properly put it on. You want to click in your snaps and then pull it tight. Okay, and then the legs also have snap connectors that you wrap around your leg, and it's the same thing. You click it together and then you pull it tight. Again, you can see it wraps around your leg for as much protection as possible. These chaps are constructed of nylon and Kevlar. They are designed to not stop the chainsaw blade, but to cause the inertial brake on the chainsaw to activate when they come in contact with the chaps. The inertial brake of the chainsaw stops the blade from moving when it's engaged. Okay, to simulate the blade moving, and when this inertial brake is activated, it locks the blade. Okay. Concludes the demonstration. I'm now going to hand out some handouts to everybody. Some PPE and the 3M. Information on how to figure out the actual noise reduction when using the PPE for hearing protection. Any questions? Okay, I'm going to judge you guys on how you put the PPE on that is used properly. I'm not going to grade you until you actually use the chainsaw in the laydown area. And I'm going to interrupt you if you do not have it on properly, so you don't cause any injury to yourself or anybody else. We're going to break into groups, and everybody's going to come into the front and adjust the chaps and see what it takes to put it on properly. All right? Well, that concludes it for today. Thank you.